going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Akademiks, Wayno, and Nadeska here on a beautiful, rainy, cold, disgusting, but still beautiful Tuesday morning in New York.
Don't even know that. Yo, it's great outside. It's sunny, warm, 80 degrees.
We fucking lying to people, man. It's not nice outside. Stop it.
Man, they in Cali right now watching like, man, we don't give a fuck what's going on in New York. The weather been bad out here, though.
Yeah, it's been terrible, but it doesn't matter. You're right. People watch at different times. Actually, I really enjoy when people send me screenshots of them watching. So someone sent me a DM the other day. They were watching like at nighttime with like a little candle lit and shit. It's a vibe. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, y'all playing around. Somebody sent me really a screenshot of them watching us on TV like in South Africa. I got to talk to complex bosses about that. I never knew that. I just found that shit out with that screenshot. No lie.
Seriously, that's just because you never pay attention. I told you to distribute. You even shouted out the South Africans on one.
I thought it was on
Ignore
YouTube.
this man.
I thought it was on YouTube. I be on YouTube. I think he's watching us in space on YouTube. That's facts.
All right, Ak. Guys, yesterday these two got into a very heated debate about logic that they really enjoyed. Seems like our fans enjoyed it too. So Freddie has a question for us to follow up on that topic. Hey, Akademiks, Wayno, and Nadeska. I love the topic about logic always rapping about being biracial. Ak and Wayno made great points, but wanted to ask them, what do they think logic needs to do to become a superstar like a Cole or Drake? Besides always rapping about being biracial so much, what is he missing to become a well-respected megastar in rap?
I think he is already a megastar. I just think that like he's just received a certain way. He's received by a certain type of crowd. It's simple, man. I don't see no kids getting up, and I'm saying this from what I know. I don't see kids getting up wanting to be like Logic, like dress like Logic, you know what I mean, look like Logic, etc. Where you see, when we talking about a Drake or a Cole, well, I wouldn't say, I don't really see nobody dressing like Cole, but you see people always impersonating Drake.
I don't know if Drake is a style icon either.
He's not a style, no, I don't think he's a style icon, but I think that people, like young kids is aspiring to get up and be more like him on a scale that you could see. Now, not saying, I'm not taking nothing away from Logic.
But also, I feel like we live in New York, like, the tri-state is different. There's a lot more of the world than of America, you know what I mean? There are probably kids out there who do want to be like Logic, they're just not.
I think that's what makes Logic kind of dope, because you can't really, it's not because of clothing. You know what I mean? It's not because of clothing or sneakers or jewelry or no shit like that. It's the average kid. That's why he's so relatable. I think he's a mega star, but I don't think that he'll be like received like everybody else we was comparing him to the other day, because of these little intangibles and factors.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. Like, if like hip hop is in the majority, at least for the superstars, it's about marketing a lifestyle through music, and people gotta want to be like you. There's a lot of people who make great music, but people don't think those people are cool, or people might think Wale's one of them niggas. You feel me? Great music, but niggas just like, you don't hear a bunch of people like every day be like, yo, I'm gonna be like Wale. You get me? Like people like certain things about him, but again, those are intangibles though, and those intangibles make a superstar. Like, again, that's why I think Drake and even Cole to a certain extent, even though he be looking homeless sometimes, they carry themselves a certain type of way. You feel me? I think Logic, nah. And I mean, listen, that's something that's not in the music for me. Of course, he can make more hit songs. We could give that generic advice, but I think it's the intangibles, yo. The intangibles make someone a superstar.
And he has the he even raps about having money on his album. Like he says, like, he's worth 50 mil and all that shit. Like, but nobody listens to him for that though. Like, I think that the thing is he just doesn't sit at that cool table in hip hop.
Yeah.
And I mean, by this point, he should be fine with that. He does very well. It's not like he sells. Not only does he sell well, but his shows are very well. He tours, like he got a tour. YB and Corday. Who else is on that tour? You seen that tour? JID, YB and Corday. There's a few people on that tour. Like, he has these big, massive tours. I don't know. It just seems like he's insecure a bit. That's it. And a lot of people are in different ways.
I think most people are pretty insecure. I think, look, I think you guys make very great points. You're both right. But I also do believe that we're speaking from a slightly insular perspective. We're New Yorkers. It's different out here. We don't represent the entire country, for example. You know what I mean? So I do think, again, I'm not disagreeing with you guys, but I think like there are some kids somewhere who probably want to be like Logic, even if like they're not the kids we're hanging out with every day.
I think that his message is what really translates well. It's like the message of just being yourself, right? But I still do believe that he wants people to be like, yo, Logic, like I wear glasses just like you. Like,
yeah, and I think you're probably right. Probably
He cool though. Like he has a great fan base. Like I think we look at And every time rappers around that type of tier, like, we always look at them and say, why aren't they compared to like the top 2 niggas in the game? It's only gonna be top two niggas in the game, clearly, right?
Yeah, but he ain't rapping like them niggas. Like at the end of the day, he just ain't rapping like them. Like it's that simple to me. He's not making those type of records. Like he's not, and he probably could, but he don't have a record that's like even a middle child. He don't have a record like that.
I do think he has great. I'm telling you, it's the it factor, man. Yo, you could look at. We call the it factor a lot of rappers even before they show much promise. Like when niggas see Young Thug, they be like, this nigga got that star quality. He got that it factor, that superstar. Like when you seen him with Wayne.
He can't stay out of trouble though. That's why he can't reach a certain level. Like
you're right. And shit, he probably need a couple more of those records. You feel me? But like even Wayne, like you clearly saw, he had that it factor of being that guy. You get me? I think at first Drake, people were trying to see if he did, and clearly he proved that he did. I think Logic...
Drake had it from the rip, though. You don't think Drake had it from the rip? Like, I'm talking about from...
But he got all the jokes. He got all the jokes, too.
But he had it. I'm talking about his music. Like, his music...
No,
his music was
he had it from the rip.
But like the style and the personality, the swag, for lack of a better term.
It took a little
minute.
Bit. Yeah, took a little, because you know what? I felt like when he came in the game, Drake was kind of... I don't know if he was all too comfortable in his own skin. And then I think he got kind of empowered by like, yo, bro, you're you. Like, you're unique in the fact that you're not these other niggas. If your reality and your real is just this and emotional feelings, all that, rock with it. I think once he owned that shit, he's been winning ever since. You get me? Shit, he even said that Wayne came in the studio one day, was like, yo, listen, because he heard him like was doing like a verse to a song that they were gonna do, and some of the content kind of, and he was like, yo, do you unapologetically. He was like, yo, if I could have restarted everything, I wouldn't have all these tattoos. You're not me. You get me? So just do you, and he embraced that. So it's one of those. Logic, I don't know, man. This nigga rapped about being bald on his album. I don't know. Come on, man.
No, he just, I don't know, his bar, he's not a bad rapper. It's just like a lot of his bars just throw you off. Like he'll just say something like, I want to kill a nigga, but we're brothers and we need, like, it's just the way he delivers it. It'd be like, brother, you didn't have to, like, I would like him to explain what he meant after the fact. Like, he explains it, it's disclaimer rap. Like, everything, he throws a disclaimer out for almost everything he says.
I mean, personality-wise, man, like, Logic like the nigga in high school that was going to talk to you for 30 minutes about like a science project, man. Like, I love his interviews, I do.
And there's a lot of those kids out there, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why he's a megastar.
Yeah.
But that nigga is never the most popping nigga in
So maybe that's
school.
the answer, maybe like, yeah, he would never be the Drake or Cole, but like, he's still gonna do great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course he's doing great. I mean, listen, you gotta realize what we're talking about when you compare somebody to Drake and Cole, we're talking about the top 0.5% in hip hop. Like, Logic qualifies to be in the top 1%, honestly. Yeah. It's just that we're trying to say, why aren't you, like, because of your success and we think you have that talent to be above the fray, why aren't you compared to them niggas? You know what I mean? It's a very elite club.
Hey, plus things change, right? We had that conversation about Gambino's, like, early persona and where he is now. Not comparing them, not even trying to compare them. I'm just saying things change so we can see where this goes. Shut up, Wayno. Your maniacal laughter over here. All right, shall we move on now? You guys are good?
Yeah.
All right. So people still have a lot of feelings about Joyner Lucas's Devil's Work. The most recent person to have some feelings is Monsignor. I'm Catholic, and I don't think I've ever said that out loud. A priest, Monsignor, thank you. Francis Scollin of St. Peter's Catholic Church in Worcester, Massachusetts. So this is where the Devil's Work video was shot. So this priest is criticizing Joyner for the direction of his music video, basically saying he wouldn't have allowed him to use a church if he knew he was going to curse and drink alcohol in the video while filming it. He told the local paper, the Worcester Telegram, quote, "It was presented to the people here in a whole different light, that it was about the people who died in Maine South and that we have these tragedies and somehow, how does God make sense of it? Someone described rap music as new poetry. I guess it's more than that, obviously. I don't know anything about rap music. I like folk music." Thank you for the folk music disclaimer. TMZ spoke to Joyner Lucas about what the pastor is saying. He insists that he explained clearly what the video was going to be about, and the church was even compensated for allowing him to use the building. He said, quote, "They knew what was going on. As a matter of fact, they got paid."
Somebody lying.
Thank you, Wayno.
Somebody lying. Somebody lying. I want to know what Act think about this because you don't play with religion and all that. And, all right, so I want to know what you think.
I know.
Joyner lying.
Joyner lying?
Listen. I know booking spaces. I used to lie all the time.
You book a church?
Listen, I'm pretty sure unless this dude is really on some blasphemous stuff, which God will deal with him. If a nigga come in and tell you I'm about to be drinking liquor in your church, I'm shooting a video called Devil's Work, and describing the video that we saw, and the dude was like, okay, just where's the check and here's the keys. All right, for him to come out and say that, wild, right? But I could imagine them giving. They do it all the time. Shit, we see, even though that's not, most times it's not in the reference of a church, but like when people are trying to give reasons to like use jail, whatever. I remember, was it Wayno or it was Uncle Murray? They did some shit at some jail facility. Yeah, you gotta describe what you about to do. Just like how Exit did some shit at a school. You gonna describe what you gotta do. Fetty Wap did some shit at school as well. You tell them, hey, we're gonna use the school for this purpose. You ain't tell them exactly how ratchet y'all about to get up in there, because they're gonna say no. So what you do is you kind of make it sound good.
All right.
We're gonna do some wholesome shit, blah, blah, blah. Once you get up in there, you act a fool.
Wait,
that's how we used to do.
Okay.
We used to call it one and dones.
Dones.
After we get ours off, we don't care what you say after.
Wow.
So, okay, nobody on this pastor's team has Google and has ever seen one of Joyner Lucas videos before? They just let him use it? Nobody looked him up? Like nobody.
But if you looked him up, would you have seen some? Yeah, exactly. Like compared to other rappers, his stuff is not as explicit. You might think it's gonna be something deep and powerful.
So my thing is like, do you think that the pastor has a right to be upset about what's going on? One, we just talked about this yesterday. I don't know that that's Hennessy in his bottle. That could be iced tea. Seriously.
This nigga ain't no
I don't know.
Please.
I'm just being for real. I don't know. I also right. Mm-hmm. The pastor, nobody sat on set and watched them
no one
do
from the church was
nobody from the church, so they just let them use it. The church is not a fucking club. It's not a place you just run out and just do whatever you want to do. Nobody sat on set.
You think the pastors or the Monsignor?
Monsignor.
You think he's sitting there and while Joyner is shooting? Like
not him, but somebody, one of his constituents or somebody from his team.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they don't have the authority to be like, yo, shut this shit down now.
Why don't they have the authority? It's their church.
Depending on the contract they sign.
Usually they're gonna have somebody who's just taking care of the building and just like oversee the shit. Come on now, let's be honest. Not someone who's saying, despite the money you paid the head guy, and despite the fact that I'm just here to make sure y'all don't fuck it up, shut the shit down now because I think y'all doing some stuff. That's what I was thinking. Now, what I would ask if we're gonna make excuses, right?
Okay.
Did they hear the song?
Right.
Because if you thought it was gonna be about victims from, what was it, Main
People that gullible in 2019.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you heard the song, you would be very well in the know that he's talking about some bullshit in rappers. He's talking about rappers and just people in pop culture. And again, if that was supposed to be visualized, there would be no other way to incorporate a church than the way he did it. Mm-hmm. So if they heard the song and they said yes, I would have to say that they were probably blinded by the offer of money.
They didn't send that money back. They didn't send that bread back.
I mean, I was
at this point, it's already done. Might as well.
You don't. Is it?
Yes.
Now it's time to get the fuck out of here, Akademiks.
For real.
Heard you.
This nigga Wayno's. Said his.
Once he said his fake Hennessy in the bottle, he couldn't. He was done with you.
That's blasphemous, man.
How is it blasphemous to put iced tea in any bottle?
You know who you're speaking to?
You can't have no alcohol. Listen, I drink a lot, and if I'm going to a church, I wouldn't do this.
They have wine in the church. You could have wine in the Henny.
That's blessed, like liquid.
What do you mean it's blessed liquid?
Bless the Henny?
It's alcohol, nigga. What are you talking about?
The wine is blessed, I think.
Bro.
The wine is blessed.
The reason why they serve,
if you drink enough of it, you would be smacked.
The reason why they serve wine is actually a religious and a spiritual purpose.
All I'm asking,
what is wrong with you?
I'm just asking if you drink enough of it, will you be smacked?
Listen,
yeah, but they never give you enough.
They never give you enough. Messing it all up.
What?
But please, somebody on the cast is trying to hold it down. Don't cancel us for these two.
Ak is saying that it's blasphemous that Joyner put iced tea in the bottle and took the head.
Yeah, don't try to spin this.
No. It's not about that. It's about portraying having alcohol.
All
so
right,
whether you did or not.
All right, even if it's portraying.
Did you feel like it was blasphemy before the story came out, by the way, Mr. Super Religious?
Honestly, I didn't notice. Actually, I did notice the liquor, but I didn't really.
No, I
think too
definitely
much
said
of it.
drinking Hennessy
it's
when
a
we talked
double
about
standard.
it.
No, I will say this though. I thought they were just down with it, like whatever church. I didn't think they were gonna come out and be like, we're blindsided.
It's like one of those
too.
modern churches.
So I wasn't gonna complain if the church ain't complaining.
I'm just saying, it's a space that's being used. There's been plenty of movies where niggas have shootouts in churches, and it's a great movie. Like the thing is that nobody's looking at the art of what Joyner Lucas did about him having a real moment to say some real shit that's on his chest.
Right.
Everybody looking at, oh, this is black. So then stop every fucking movie from using churches and having shootouts in the church and fight scenes in churches and all that. I don't see nobody up in arms for nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think.
You think
I don't
what?
think it was that important what he had to say. Yo, I wish he didn't die and I wish he died. Get out of here, Joyner. I'm sorry to say, you're not playing God. You're in a church. You're drinking, doing all that. All cool and well, but cut it out.
A music video. It's a music video, dog. It's that serious.
No, I agree. No, I agree. It is a music video, but I'm just saying. Listen, if I'm coming in your crib, right, and I say, oh, Wayno, I want to rent out.
Now.
No,
That was
for real.
my crib.
I'll
Come
go
on,
on
man.
Wayno's mansion, the Airbnb, and find his
Right.
mansion. And I say, Wayno, I only want to use I want to use your guest house.
Yeah.
And I'm in the, and you say, what
You're the
type of
master
joint I'm gonna be
bedroom?
doing, right?
Yeah.
And I basically said, oh no, we're gonna just act like we're reading books. Then you see the full video, and I'm acting a fool. Like you probably feel some type of way that you weren't fully prepared of what we're gonna do.
I feel you, but that's a ridiculous hypothetical question.
Bruh,
But let's.
the church is like the home to the
Yeah,
saints.
but maybe they should have just asked for more specific details, had someone there to supervise, review the contract better. You
It's
know what I
over.
mean?
Nothing
It's
they
too
can
late
do there.
now. It's
Right.
too late. Also, the Catholic Church, I'm just going to say this because I grew up extremely Catholic.
If it ain't Kirk
not the most
Franklin-
progressive.
If it ain't Kirk Franklin
They're
or
trying,
NF, what was it? NF, that's how his name is? Is a Christian rapper. You never heard of him? Well,
I know
Only
Lecrae.
Christian rapper I know is Lecrae.
Yeah,
If it ain't
Lecrae.
Lecrae, NF, or Kirk Franklin, churches, don't book your church to no rappers. Like, come on, man.
Oh, man. All
I
right.
just putting the APB out on y'all.
Yeah.
Yo, you know this is like almost bigger than the song now. Like, this whole thing is like bigger than the song.
That's the whole point.
Man.
That's
All
the
right.
whole point.
Joyner's fine. It's fine. The Catholic Church, they'll be all right.
They'll be all right.
They'll just never let a rapper in again. All right. So
I'm taking Wayne to church this Sunday. When are you gonna come?
you're not even the same religions. It's still Ramadan?
Yes,
Oh.
it is still Ramadan.
Wait, can't you like fake?
No.
No? Can't. All right, never.
Can we all
I've
worship
been to church
together?
before, Act. Another story.
This guy hasn't been
Let's
to
go.
church in decades. He's so
Right.
full of shit.
Mr. Blast.
I want my pastor to pray for this guy, man. All right, what's up?
All right, so in a recent interview with Variety, Nav opened up about the unique struggles about being an Indian rapper. So he said, quote, "It's cool to be an Indian rapper, but it's a challenge and a responsibility too, because you have to represent everything the right way. You can't fuck it up for everybody." He said, "There's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. People don't really think about or appreciate my people, especially they don't understand how deep this is, how much it takes, how much I have to think before I do something. I have to think 30 times before I do or say anything, because I'm representing a whole race to the world in hip hop," which is crazy. So when you guys think about Nav, do you think about him this way? Like whatever he does really sets the tone for other Indian rappers?
Man, that almost sounds like being a black man in corporate America. Like, no, I'm being dead serious. Like, it's talking about how he has to think about what he has to say and all these different things. The thing about
Hip hop?
huh?
No, it gives you.
I mean, because I get what Nav is saying, because remember how when he was saying nigga, before we knew what Nav looked like, and he was on Justin Bieber's album, and he was saying nigga, and then when it came out that he was Indian, everybody gave him flack for saying nigga, and then he stopped saying nigga, or if he says certain things, then you have the ignorance of people who think, oh, Nav, if he's rapping, he must be on some terror, like people that don't know, or just equating Indian people to Arabic people, and the ignorance of thinking that Arabic people blow things up. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit. So he could be received a lot of different ways. I could understand that, but Nav, this is the life you chose. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the life you chose. If he does this and he does it right, then he's a trailblazer for his entire race. I think that is dope that he's doing a lot of heavy lifting, because when we talking about kids wanting to be like other rappers, where a lot of kids might not want to be like Logic, you have Nav, who a lot of Indian kids is probably going to say, damn, I could get fly, I could rap and talk my shit.
You need someone you could see yourself in.
Absolutely. So I think that, I understand it, but he chose this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, nah, salute to Nav. Again, it's hard I'm black, clearly. So it's hard for me to exactly identify with the struggle that he got going on. Because again, it's a little bit different in corporate America for me because it's hip hop. We allow all type of bullshit. Like Bad Baby got a whole career. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna get some flack, but usually the blessings completely outweigh any criticisms or even the arrows you quote unquote have to take. But I definitely give him a lot of credit for trailblazing. There's like, I've been privy and put onto a bunch of more brown boys that are now coming into music. Some of them I think are about to blow. Like Suits, my guy Arian Shaw. He's like a Brown the Weeknd to me, and I agree with him. You know what I mean? The only thing is, I'm looking at the things he's complained about recently. I'm not saying this is a complaint at all, but like part of he's like, it was really cool to be a Indian rapper, but I think that's part of the reason why, if I'm thinking about it, when he walks out of Delilah, niggas don't recognize him. He don't look like a rapper. So again, it's cool, but I know there's a little bit of a discomfort that he wants to be known more. He wants to be kind of accepted more. But again, over time, as people get used to it, like, again, he's going to be known as really kicking out the door. So good for him.
Yeah. But I mean, when I see it now, I'm just like, dog, like, try being black. Like, for real, it could be exhausting. It's exhausting to be a black man sometimes, you know. And I can sympathize with what he's saying a bit, but I'm like, man, he has really far to go. And I think that what he's doing, of course, is going to be challenges. For him, I know that a lot of people feel like he shouldn't even got this far, like on the hater side. People like, why is he lit, or why him and not us, or I'm better than him. So he's doing all his heavy lifting, but it's kids that's rooting for him. So I think he has to look at that.
That's true.
You know?
All right. What'd you say? You chose this?
Yeah, it's the life he chose. Shit, nobody told him to be a rapper. People choose to be rappers. Like like most families don't like have kids. It's like, oh, all of y'all gonna be rappers and become something for us.
Doctor, lawyer, rapper.
Exactly. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
Actually, he didn't really choose it.
Oh, here we go.
Like the real story of Nav, like I play Fortnite with the niggas. So.
Okay.
But like he was telling me, I remember like
Sal made him rap.
He was saying basically, you know, he's one of the people who produced Drake back-to-back beat and how it got in Drake's hands, this and third. So I asked him, I said, why didn't you kind of get into music at that point? Because shit, that's a look for you. Like you produced a beat that was pretty monumental, right? And he basically said that like he kind of blew up off like a song that wasn't really intended to even really be out there. Unless I'm really tripping, but that's exactly kind of what he said. So like if you're kind of thrusted into it, I mean,
you're still choosing.
You still choose because you continue it, but well, come on, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, give the brown boys a little, pass, man.
All right, our resident Fortnite journalist over here.
Hey, all the brown boys are coming out of Toronto though. That's facts.
Yeah.
I want some to come out of like Milwaukee.
There's brown boys in New York too.
Real?
Yeah, my man Raja.
What do you mean for
Yeah.
real? Queens, my friend, Queens.
Okay, yeah.
It's bad. What? South Ozone? You know what I mean? What?
Well, I'm encouraging that they come out of other regions because I could feel like Toronto about to just bring all of them out. In Toronto already, they
got
get
such a diverse
but they're getting too much wins now. They're getting too much.
But
wins.
it's like you said, because he goes on in the interview, too many wins.
Let's see how the Raptors do.
To say that.
Yeah, they got the Raptors now. Drake just bought a plane. Like, it's getting out of hand. All right, we need some American
yeah, you saw
love.
the inside of Air Drake?
Yeah, just landed in Turks and Caicos.
This fucking guy, he's got like a tracker on his phone already.
Absolutely.
All right, so yesterday we started the show with a rundown of all the mayhem that happened in Miami over the weekend, Rolling Loud weekend, unfortunately. And today we do have some updates for you. So the NBA YoungBoy shooting. So TMZ has obtained some more footage and details from the aftermath of that shooting. So in one clip, you actually see him applying pressure to his girlfriend's gunshot wound inside the hotel lobby. Then he helps her into the car and they drive off before getting stopped by police. So his girlfriend apparently got shot in the shoulder, but she was last listed in stable condition at the hospital. Law enforcement also told TMZ that some people traveling in an Escalade on Collins Avenue in Miami opened fire near the entrance of the Trump Beach Resort, prompting YoungBoy and his crew to return fire. He apparently was not one of the 11 people detained by police, but they do want to speak to him. And as of Monday afternoon, there were still no arrests made. So more details coming forward, but we did say yesterday that a kid got hurt in the shooting and one innocent bystander died. He was struck by a stray bullet.
Yeah, this is, I mean, if it was a different situation, I'd be like, yo, YoungBoy is a hero. You get me? Like, he's probably helped his girlfriend out. It could have been, apparently it's not a life-threatening injury, but clearly he was trying to help out in the situation. I mean, still overall he's trying to help out, but really, this other shit I don't really give a fuck about. I care about the innocent guy who got killed and the child, because those people had nothing to do with the fuckery.
Yeah.
And they didn't sign up for no shootout. They wasn't arguing in the first place. They was just chilling by the Trump Hotel, minding their business, and then bullshit came to them. So even though this is, it kind of shows, I don't know if it shows a different light of YoungBoy, but I guess he was trying to help out. But I'm worried about the dude who was sitting like 3 lanes across, 2 parking lots down the road, sitting in his car about to go see his mom for Mother's Day. Didn't sign up for none of this, and he got killed.
Yeah.
I want to hear his story more than these fucking 007 stories about YoungBoy.
I mean, it doesn't paint him in a day. I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do, right? I mean, that's his girlfriend. Like, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. But once they go over this camera shit and the ballistic, and they start doing ballistics, it's gonna be bad. Like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for somebody. Somebody's gonna go to jail behind this shit because a life was lost. You know what I mean? And a little kid's life was endangered. That's very, very serious. That's very serious. This is not a game. And all for what? I look at this shit, end of the day, all for what? Because 2 grown-ass men have a disagreement and they don't know how to communicate with each other. That's all majority of these problems be, is like, all right, somebody said something about they had something first or something, and then it escalates and keeps escalating, and then we got people getting shot over what? Like, is this really some street shit? Yeah. No, it's little boys who don't know how to communicate, and now people who have nothing to do with it is getting hurt. So we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, unfortunate. But like they said, as more details happen and they check the footage, I'm sure some arrests will be made soon. Keep you guys posted. In other terrible legal news, so we talked about Kodak Black getting arrested on his way to Rolling Loud, and we weren't exactly sure why. But now, according to his attorney, he was charged with 2 counts of making a false statement on governmental paperwork. Basically, the form he lied on is called the firearms transaction record, which is the paperwork you would fill out in order to purchase a registered firearm. So according to his lawyer, he checked no on the form when asked if he was currently under indictment for a crime. And according to the indictment, which was released on Monday afternoon, he lied twice on the forms, in January and in March. So he allegedly stated that he wasn't facing any other criminal charges on the forms and didn't inform the seller that he actually had a case pending against him already. Now, he's not supposed to have a firearm at all since he's considered a felon by police. So prosecutors also claim that he ended up obtaining a firearm in one of the attempts, and if convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. Next court appearance is this Wednesday, May 15th at 10 a.m.
Kodak Black is running out of time. He's running out of time. I think, like, just for something like this to be alleged against him, this is some imbecile shit. Like, for real. Like, I understand, like, a young man growing up in the hood, like, the idea of having a gun because you feeling protected, but he getting too much money for this shit. You know what I mean? He's getting too much money for this shit. And what I mean by that is money is not everything, but he's probably the most successful person in his family, the head of the household, takes care of his mother, probably a slew of other people. If you go down, everybody's life is back to what you worked so hard for it not to be. So, this is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, you've made the point before about rappers just having a security team, like paid security to protect you, you know?
Get security. What do you mean he's running out of time?
I mean, I think he's running out of time in the sense of how his career is going. Because you can't, all right, all these different cases are pending, right? But there comes a time where you're going to have to face a trial, or you're going to have to face a judge or a Supreme Court, whomever, for these charges. I think he's running out of time as far as his career. For us to see him come home, we was celebrating this nigga reading, right? For him to trying to change his life when he first comes home to where he's at now, it's like it went from here all the way down to here. I mean, he put out an album. He has music that's doing very well and all that, but as far as his personal life, he's running out of time. You can't he got like 5 different cases in 5 different states. That's the same shit Tupac was going through until he ended up having to sit down. You know, so I think eventually he's gonna run out of time with all of these different situations he's running into, and he's gonna have to sit down for a bit.
Okay, I agree with it. He's running out of time, I guess, in terms of his personal situations. Eventually, he might have to go sit down for a little bit again. And he just sat down for a while. He wasn't on probation, but he got locked up twice, actually 2 to 3 times. What I would disagree, which I think you started off your point with, is I don't think he's running out of time with his career. And unfortunately in hip hop, at least for some of these newer rappers, like him and YoungBoy are the two main ones to me. YoungBoy is like, if you ask me the most lit young nigga right now, it's NBA YoungBoy. And despite his legal problems, like, yo, kids love him.
Right.
And despite his legal problems, it doesn't really kill the fan base, it fuels it. Like, people, like, I see Kodak fans, every time he get locked up, it's a new surge of like, yo, get him back out. Like, I don't know what it does. And we do know in hip hop, unfortunately, historically, fans have seen arrest like it's almost like a thing that boosts a rapper because you go harder for that particular rapper.
Yeah.
But I do think that kind of probably encourages not only them niggas doing what they want to do, but encourages that mindset of, if I go to jail and I come back out and niggas want me even more when I, like, it feels like it's building. It's never like, yo, every time you're going to jail, less people are checking for you.
You're right, but he probably means that's if you come home.
Well, but
if you get locked up for 20 years, though.
I wanted him to finish, but the point that you disagreeing with that I'm trying to make is, I don't give a fuck about his music in this sense.
No, I'm explaining his mindset as how they're probably operating in terms of their career.
All right, but what I mean by that is, all that's cool until you got to go do 10 years.
Yeah.
Sean went to jail for 10 years. Has his career been the same?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
can't compare Sean.
No. I'm talking about. No, I'm not comparing.
And of course, anybody who does 10 years, like, you're out of here.
No, but this is what
Right?
I'm trying to say, bro. They just said if he's convicted, if he can be convicted, they're saying that he got a gun. Well, I'm just basing this off of what's here. I don't know. They're saying that he possibly got a gun from making a false claim. He's already a felon. This has nothing to do with the other cases that he's fighting nowhere else, right? He's already a felon. He's already in jail. He's already on probation. If he's convicted, he's facing 10 years. At that point, fuck all this music shit, because I hear you, but all of these kids that love him and are grown with him.
I think that plays a part.
Wait a second.
They'll move on in 10
At 17,
years.
they'll be 27 if he gets out. By the time you know how many rappers is gonna come next month?
I completely agree with you, but I'm just saying that plays a part in how these dudes continue to act reckless. NBA YoungBoy, a lot of people don't know, when he just got in his first big song, he just signed to Columbia. Atlanta. When he just signed, pretty much he had a charge for attempted murder of a shootout.
Oh yeah, that does fuel.
No.
Go ahead.
No, but here's the thing though. The judge literally told him, like, this is a charge you could get sentenced to 10, 20 years for. I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna give you a suspended 10-year sentence, which if people are not familiar with legal terms, you're getting 10 years, but if you don't do anything for a certain amount of time, it goes away.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, all right.
So you
Not really, but yeah.
Well, you don't have to serve it.
Right.
Right? So you have a sentence that's that long hanging over your head. I'd be walking the cleanest slate possible if I'm them. But of course, when you get away with certain shit, that's why certain times people look at entertainers, and when they complain about the legal system, people look at them and be like, we don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. You know why? Kodak Black, in some of his cases, he had actually 2 to 4 felonies at the same time. And he was on probation. Nigga got a year. The regular person ain't getting that.
Yeah, but that's
so again, that's what I'm saying.
That's not gonna keep happening. Like that's not.
But what I'm saying is that they should have stopped the bullshit once they got the break. You're getting all this money. You should have stopped the bullshit once they got the break. But I do believe not only maybe people around in maybe their own mentality, they're probably also seeing this music shit, and they're seeing how they're probably living above the law. It only happens for a while. You're right. That's why they continue to even put themselves at risk of making the same mistakes or getting the same positions.
Right.
Like, it should be no way Kodak is moving like that. No way YoungBoy is moving like that.
And that's what I'm saying.
Most of these niggas.
And it's like, okay, when you look at like a T.I., right? It took T.I. to get that crazy ass case for him to get like whatever. He still had to serve time, but whatever they worked out his deal to be. He was doing way more, I'm talking about way more like positive things before he got booked than a Kodak. Because all of that shit plays into your sentence. All right, is this person really a detriment to their community? Is he doing anything in his community? If you have nothing, like him trying to pay for the kid's funeral, I feel you, but you late in the game with shit like that. Like, you ain't been doing shit like that. You late in the game, so they'll look at it like he just trying to save his own ass. But ultimately, if he doesn't stop, they will sit him down, and no money could get you out of that situation.
Yeah, I just really look at entertainers as a whole. I think they really look at the legal system like they're kind of above it. And I think they probably use a career to kind of justify the support they get and also the money they're getting to feel like they could get out of anything.
Well, the cops certainly feel a way about that, right? So Kodak's criminal defense lawyer is saying that he thinks the Miami-Dade police were trying to also embarrass Kodak by sharing a non-mugshot photo of him basically when he was handcuffed, arrested on those charges. Saturday, he said, I think the actions of them in taking the photo of him in the police station in handcuffs and selling it or giving it to WSVN is a disgusting display of unprofessionalism. So yeah, that local paper, they did post the image. So they certainly feel a way about how he feels.
We talking about professionalism, like, hey, man,
not that they're professional, but just that this is just spiraling for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they laughing at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they trying to get him. Yo, Florida is trying to get this nigga. They trying to find a way. And he's making it easy. Like, with shit like this, he making it so easy for them.
We have a fan question. You want to add something?
I will say though, because really reflecting on the charge he has now, which are Fed charges, again, I gotta imagine way more targeted, and yes, there has to be like a target on his back, just because, at least just for that filling out that form wrong, the way how they're like hunting him down, I'm wondering if they do the same for everybody, because I'm pretty sure a lot of niggas lie on forms like that. They've almost damn near brought out the SWAT team to get this nigga.
Yeah.
Again, maybe it's just that's how they deal with everything, and if that's the case, cool. But shit, somebody's sick of Kodak.
Right.
Somebody's sick of him.
So the fan question is, what rappers do you think could help Kodak Black get back on the right track? Seems like he needs some guidance from someone in the hip-hop community. I think some people have reached out to him and tried to speak, but now it seems like it might be beyond that. But what do you guys think?
What Kodak said, I don't respect that old head shit, that old energy. Ain't nobody getting him on track. That shit is up to him. I think hip-hop is a community, but I think that sometimes everybody expects people to be somebody else's father. Nobody's this nigga's father. He's a grown-ass fucking man, because I promise you, and I can assure you that if you get loud with him, he gonna be a grown man. If you disrespect him, he gonna be a grown man. It's for him to get himself on track. It's not his team. It's not his people. He gotta do it for himself. So I don't think rappers, like, ain't gonna rap. What rapper need? Nobody need to do nothing for him. He did enough for himself already as far as being successful. Now he got to get himself right. If he can't do it, it's not gonna be done. Straight up.
Only person could help Kodak Black is Bill K. Capri, which is his new government name. Pretty much, man, like, he has to have that moment where, and it felt like he's been having that moment, but he keeps getting in these situations. You know, I think outsiders like critics and pundits or like whoever, analysts, whatever you want to call us, like, we've all said the same shit. Like, yo, get rid of the people around you, yo, change environments. He claims he's done all that. Moved to Hollywood, said he cut a bunch of niggas off of his team, said he was moving different, said he's turned over a new leaf. He's every time he's gotten locked up, he's more committed to his faith, and he's reading Bible scriptures or tweeting it out or whatever the case is, and we think things will change, but it's only a matter of time. So again, I think it has to deal with him more than anything else. Also, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think it's on any other rapper, because usually we would be like, hey, he needs like a mentor or something like that. I mean, whatever the situation was with him and Master P did try to mentor him at one point. And
he not with that old head energy.
Yeah, he not with that shit. He not with that shit.
I have no hope for a lot of these niggas, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm hoping he figures it out, and I think he will. I don't know, man. I just have some hope for Kodak, man. You gotta have some hope for him.
All right. Whew. Wow.
Please, can we do this? Yes,
this
please.
one?
Yes,
all right, this
please.
is so random. On more Rolling Loud mayhem. So a Phoenix Suns forward, Josh Jackson, was arrested this weekend at Rolling Loud in Miami. So according to the New York Post, he apparently tried to sneak into a VIP area without a proper pass, and then he attempted to run from police after being handcuffed. I'm not laughing at this. Just he was charged with escape and resisting arrest. Posted $1,000 bond on Saturday.
Yeah, can I talk about this?
Go, please.
Josh Jackson is a fucking bozo. No, for real. He's a fucking bozo. And the reason why I'm going to call him a bozo is because you play in the National Basketball Association. You play for the Phoenix Suns. No, they not the best team in the league and none of that, right? But you should know better. Sports and rap is not the same thing. First of all, we talking about Rolling Loud. I'm pretty sure every single agency has artists who are at this venue or this festival, whatever you want to call it. You mean to tell me you don't have no fucking credentials and you a top 10 NBA pick in the league? Who's on your team that's calling anybody from Rolling Loud to get you your credentials or make sure that you're good? Then you running from police. What the fuck is wrong with him? And I want to talk about D'Angelo Russell, dumbass, too. No, for real, because basketball players, they be moving like little niggas. I don't care if you 23 years old, D'Angelo Russell, he got caught trying to sneak bud in a fucking Arizona stash can.
At least you got the same energy for rappers and ballers.
Yeah, because you get into, listen, again, money is not everything, but you getting too much money for these type of actions, yo. D'Angelo Russell moving like a little nigga. You starting point guard on your fucking team, led the Brooklyn Nets back to the playoffs in years, and you trying to hop on a plane with some weed in a fucking Arizona can? Josh Jackson, you running from police? What's wrong with y'all? Like, for real, what's wrong with these motherfuckers? They bozos, yo.
I gotta believe this is some drunk nigga tactics. You're running in.
There was no iced tea in that Henny bottle, huh?
He was drunk. Like, I don't even need to hear that part of it. I know.
Oh, man.
Fucking bozo.
Honestly, if I had to think about it, he's trying to sneak in VIP. He wasn't in VIP to begin with. This is probably, he probably got embarrassed being in general population, the general section or whatever. So now he's trying to be important. Probably trying to finesse his celebrity to get in a place that he doesn't have credentials for. Again, he's, I don't know too much about him, but clearly he has to be new because he probably thinks.
No, he's a 2-year veteran. He's been in the league for 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years. That's a 2-year rookie to me.
No, it's not a 2-year rookie. He went to Kansas. He basketball players.
Is he under like 25, man?
I don't care if you're under 25.
You gotta understand, like, he's probably really new to this shit. He probably really don't. You probably think that, he shows up. As dumb as it sounds, he shows up and people know who he is and he gets passes.
So get this though.
That sounds plausible.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That sounds plausible.
People around me, they be like, your academic show. I don't show up to nowhere. If we call him yet.
I get this, right? This is the problem where ball players want to be rappers and rappers want to be ball players, right? When the last time you heard of a rapper going to the game and getting apprehended or moved by security because he doing too fucking much, thinking that he should be somewhere that he ain't? When you a rapper and you know you play for floor seats, you know that gives you access to a certain amount of things and you could go certain places, and if you cool with certain ball players, they'll bring you back there. For him to be a ball player, now no, the nigga's not an all-star.
His teammate made the playoff. Wayne alive.
But you on a team, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, Josh Jackson, he got more money than the average 5 rappers that you hear every day. He got more money than them. I'm just saying that they moving like little niggas. Like, you moving like.
You know who I'm blaming?
Who?
I'm blaming.
Who?
Phoenix rappers. There should have been some rapper from Phoenix that was that rolling line popping as a motherfucker that could bring your basketball team player there that he could feel comfortable. Get him a backstage pass that he.
The Phoenix rappers is gonna be in your mentions.
Is there a poppin' Phoenix rapper?
You're about to find out.
I want to find out. Why y'all niggas didn't bring Josh Jackson in the shit?
Oh man.
This nigga over here hopping fences, running from cops. Where y'all niggas at?
Yeah, that's some.
See, if y'all were popping and y'all were at Rolling Loud, he would have hit you on DMs. Yo, they got me over here with all the like chicks throwing up, all the pill popping people, and all the niggas who were trying to have a shootout. Please get me in VIP. I want some free liquor, and I want to be away from these.
They saying that he might get traded because of this shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they saying
this ain't the NFL be on some petty shit. Be like,
NBA be on petty shit too. They be on some petty shit.
He must not that be good. He must not be that good. Because I ain't gonna lie.
He missed out on a meet and greet too. Like,
because I ain't gonna lie, D'Angelo Russell could have smuggled some coke. And the way he been playing this season, they're keeping him in Brooklyn. They're keeping him. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the only thing Brooklyn's ever had any excitement about in years.
Wow.
Basketball-wise.
I feel like we got to end the show on that note.
Yeah,
Roger, do we have time for one more or not?
I like how you came up with D'Angelo Russell, man.
I fuck with D'Angelo Russell, but he moving like a little nigga, man. He moving like a little nigga.
Wait, does that thing work, though? You could, like, just bring weed in, like, Arizona can?
I don't know.
Don't tell us secrets. Don't tell us secrets.
You can leave California with weed legally, so just do it somewhere where it's legal.
Like actual butter? Like,
you can leave with an ounce of weed in your bag.
When I was in Cali, like some people with me smoked, so we went to like the smoke shop shit, right? And they were selling some whatever that bullshit is that they have, was it like some oils or some shit?
That bullshit.
Yeah,
You're so
some marijuana
disrespectful.
shit, right?
Yeah, some marijuana
And-
shit.
Marijuana.
And
are you?
basically they were telling us like, THC, that's what it's called. They say, yo, you could bring it on the fucking plane
Yeah, you
back
can.
to Jersey. And I'm like, you niggas think y'all slick. Y'all trying to get me locked up. They're like, no, you can't. I'm not believing
You
them.
definitely can.
can.
Ak.
The weed is about
It's
to
legal out
it's
there.
legal.
Everybody with me? I told them,
No
I said,
one's checking when
y'all
you
ain't about
get
to little
to
talk.
Jersey.
Now the thing is when your ass get to Jersey, if you get stopped by the police and something else happened, now you have to deal with that.
I
But
just
you
seen
can
a-
leave with that.
I just seen a story about some lady that got, like, it was down south in Florida or something like that. She's like old, she was like 62. She got arrested for having some of that oil, but they call it CBD oil. I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
cannabis,
Different,
cannabis,
yeah. That's
cannabis,
that's like legal. It's good for like treating like health issues. It helps you
She
sleep,
got locked
helps you
up.
calm down. You're not supposed to
I
get
ain't-
arrested for that. That's confusing. You smoke now?
Who, huh?
You smoke now?
Hell no.
You ever smoked before?
Hell no. Yo, the people
You never
with
smoked
me.
before in your life ever?
Nah, we're gonna get him high one time.
You never smoked weed ever in your life?
Nah,
Oh,
bro.
does he seem like the type? He's only
Smoke
Henny.
weed.
You went to college though.
Nigga, I drink.
Don't worry.
Bro, I ain't
we
gonna lie,
gotta
I'm
go.
never
but
peer pressure by nothing.
I mean, not peer pressure, but weed. Like you acting like somebody asked you to do a line.
We slip,
Bro,
you should
yo,
slip
I
on
get
edible
around
one
people
day
doing the
before
wildest
show.
shit.
Can you imagine?
And it gotta be me saying, I don't care for all y'all crackheads and cokeheads doing all that bullshit. Pass me my Henny and let me get the fuck on out of here.
Crack or coke has nothing to do with weed acting.
Well,
All right,
I'm
you know,
just
guys, we
saying,
gotta
gotta
wrap
go.
the show
I've been in
now.
situations
Hope you
where
guys
motherfuckers
have a
is doing
great
some
day.
shit. Like everybody's smoking.
We'll see you
Yo,
tomorrow
Ak, hit the blunt.
on
Nigga, suck
Everyday
it.
Struggle.
I'm-
Yeah, Freddie
Damn.
Gibbs
I'm
couldn't
about
even
to
get him to
pass
smoke
my
weed.
Henny.
So.
Logic.
Give me my Henny, nigga.